present Quran and Science. I am from Houston, long time. So we are going to share with you about this presentation, very important. So many things has been discovered from Quran
Recording in progress.
by the people who are not even Muslim. It is amazing to see those discoveries. So I'm going to share some of the events as you will see. Quran and Science. We have 3 Quran, English, Spanish and French. I distribute worldwide. This is a very beautiful picture in 1609, almost 400 years back. Galileo, he first discovered a telescope. He made a telescope. And with that telescope, he saw in the outer space, and he saw that the earth is going around the sun. And he declared it, published it. But the people from the church, they became very angry. They said, no, this is wrong. This is not correct. Still today, the church do not believe that the earth is going around the sun. And he was imprisoned and he died in the jail. So you can see this is a beautiful picture which verifies what Allah says in the Quran. And today we have millions of pictures from NASA and so many outer space pictures where it shows that the earth is going around the sun. Quran is a book of science. It has over 6,000 verses. More than 1,000 deal with science. That means almost 20% of the Quran has to do with science. We take it very seriously. The progress we make scientifically, the more it will be clear to you as you will see. This gentleman, Professor Maurice Bucaille, he is a French medical doctor. He used to live in Saudi Arabia in 1970s during King Faisal's time. And his mission was to find mistakes in the Quran. He wrote a book, the Bible, the Quran and Science. And he compared all the scientific facts. And at the end he says, I found many mistakes in other holy books, but not in the Quran. Not a single mistake in the Quran. The gentleman, Professor Keith Moore, he is at the University of Toronto. His research area is conception and stages of embryological growth. How a child grows in the womb of his mother. How their cells multiply. And he said, I found everything from Quran. How about that? He wrote a book, it's called Developing Human. In that book, he has said that whatever I found in the Quran, which was revealed 1400 years back, in the middle of a desert, to a person who could not read, who could not write, could not come from any other source except the Creator. It is not possible someone sitting in a desert to write those scientific mysteries which you discover today. It has to be from the Creator. And that book, Developing Human, this is a textbook in medical school around the world. If you want to be a medical doctor, if you want to know embryology, you have to read this book. This gentleman, Professor Tejasan, he is at Chiang University, Thailand, Bangkok. His research area is pain, how pain happens. As you know, our skin, this is our skin, it has pain receptors, so you can feel the pain. So if your skin is removed from your body, you will not feel any pain. That is one of the things Allah mentioned in the Quran, that the people of the hell, they will be punished more. How? Their skin will be replaced with another layer of skin with more sensitive pain receptors. So the pain is more severe. And he stumbled with this Quranic verse, Nisa verse number 56, about the taste of punishment. Yazukul azab, how pain happens through the skin. And he was so much impressed by the scientific accuracy described in the Quran in that verse, that one verse of that Quran was sufficient for him to become a Muslim. We have been reading the same verse for 1500 years. We could not figure out what Allah is saying. This scientist says, I am the authority of this pain, and it was sufficient for him to become Muslim. He is still there. So there are many, many verses. The whole presentation takes about 3 hours, but we'll try to wrap it up within an hour. This is about astronomy. Allah mentioned about Zumar verse number 5, Kawara. Particular word is Kawara, means overlapping. From day to night, from night to day. It happens gradually, slowly. We don't have sudden sunrise, sudden sunset. It happens gradually. That is the description Allah put in this Quranic verse. Similarly, in this Naziyat verse number 30, Allah mentioned about the shape of the earth. As you know, earth is not circular, it is flattened on both poles. The particular word is called dahaha. Dahaha means something whose shape is geospherical, which is not circular. Flattened on both poles. So there are many descriptions about many things in this space, in the Quran. This is our sun, this is the earth. Earth spins on its own axis every 24 hours, about 1,000 miles per hour. It has a reason. So if you go east 1,000 miles, you will see that the salat time comes earlier. And if you go to the west, you will see the salat time is delayed by 1 hour. In the same way, the earth goes around the sun, like that, 365 days a year, with a speed of 67,000 miles per hour. How about that? Very high speed. We are sitting in this margin, this Istiqlal margin is moving at 67,000 miles per hour. So if you have a car and you are driving 100 miles an hour without getting a speeding ticket, you think you are doing great. Allah is moving the whole earth at 67,000 miles per hour. He is not stopping for gas. He is not asking you to pay his bills. He is doing it for the benefit of mankind. Our life cycle goes on and so on. This is a very important story, as you can see, Al-Kahf, verse number 25. Allah mentioned about some people, as you know, they say that in faith, they went into a cave and they slept in that cave for 300 years. When they wake up, 300 years passed. So Allah wants to make sure that you understand these 300 years if it is a solar year. And if you use Arabic calendar year, lunar year, it is 309. The difference is 11 days difference between solar year versus lunar year. So Allah was careful enough to even mention about the solar years and lunar years and the difference between 9 years. It is in the Quranic verse, only in one place. This is our solar system. Light travels like that. It takes about 3 hours to cross our solar system. Every planet is moving in their own orbit, including the Earth. Everyone moves in the same direction, from east to the west. Only one planet, as you can see, Venus, close to the Sun. This Venus moves in the opposite direction of the Earth. As you know that before the day of judgment, Sun will rise from the west. Is it not? It is already happening in Venus. It is moving in the opposite direction. Probably Allah kept an example to show that He can do anything He wants. This is a very popular picture, 1969, Apollo 11, right from Houston. Astronauts went to the moon and landed on the moon and looking at this Earth. As you can see, it is circular. The gallery was right. What he saw is correct. So that is a beautiful picture. First time standing outside the Earth, you can see your own Earth. How far it is? Only 250,000 miles. Just quarter. But if you go far away, like if you go far away 4 billion miles from the Earth, where is the Earth? You cannot even find it. If you look at the center of the circle, that dot is the Earth. It is so tiny you cannot even see your own Earth. Because Allah mentioned about the vastness of this space. And in this space there are meteoroids, there are little pieces which are floating. Once in a while, if it comes down close to the Earth, it is pulled by the gravity of the Earth and it can impact on the Earth. That is one of the theory of the dinosaurs, that the dinosaurs were killed by the asteroids. We can find their bones in museum, but you cannot find them. So it happened in 2013. It came close to the Earth with a speed of 20 times the speed of sound. With that speed, scientists say it is exploded on the Earth in Siberia, Russia. which is equivalent to 30 nuclear bomb. If you detonate 30 nuclear bomb, whatever energy you generate, with that kind of energy it hit on the earth. And scientists measured it, that is the piece. It is only 4 to 5 miles, 5 meters. 4 to 5 inches in diameter of this meteoroid was able to make such a big impact. How about the bigger pieces? If it is a bigger piece survives through the atmosphere and it comes to the earth, what will happen? This will happen. If a big piece comes, I don't know, we have a sound. If a big piece, say 150 miles in diameter, 150 miles in diameter, it hits the earth, the Pacific Ocean. All the water of the Pacific Ocean will spill over, all the continents will be spilled over. Okay. So you can see the whole continents are blown out and they will burn more, impact more, and that will destroy the whole earth. It can happen anytime, anywhere. Allah is controlling us, saving us from those destructions. He is very powerful. He can release just a little piece of stone and that can destroy the whole universe. Okay, inshallah? And if it hits earth, it will go back with those pieces and it will impact more with more firepower. This can happen. So let us go back to the earth. How long is 1 billion light years? If you go around the earth, you travel 25,000 miles. If the light goes around the earth, it will travel 8 times in 1 second, like that. It already traveled 8 times around the earth. The speed of light is very high. It travels in 1 second 186,000 miles. That is the speed of light. How about a minute? Hour? Day? Month? Year? If the light keeps on traveling continuously for 1 year, it will travel so many miles. Who can count those numbers? How about I give you easy one? This is million light year. And this is billion light year. When NASA find any object, they say it is so many billion years away from the Earth. So as you can see, the space is so vast. Similarly, as you know that Einstein, he first predicted 100 years back, there is a black hole somewhere based on his mathematical equation. He could not prove it because in those days there was no computer, there is no telescope to see the outer space further. So it happened in 2019. It took 2 years for 200 scientists, best scientists in the world. They gathered together and they used 8 telescopes in strategically located places from where you can see the black hole. And they were able to collect the data 2 years and combine those data from 8 telescopes and came up with the shape of the black hole. And that is the black hole. As you know, black hole is black. Everything is with the speed of light. You cannot see it, it is dark. So, but they were able to collect those data and create the image of the black hole. So this is not the actual black hole, but this is the image of the black hole. So as you can see, it is so dark. Anything comes to the black hole, it is pulled by the force. Even the light is bent from its powerful force to go through the black hole. Just to give an idea how big it is. This is the Earth, 8,000 miles in diameter. This is the Sun, 860,000 miles in diameter. And this size of this black hole is 25 billion miles. Or in other words, if you collect 3 million Earths together, that is the size of this black hole. And how far it is? It is 30 million trillion miles away from the earth. We have a hard time to find one. Allah may have created much bigger, much further away from us. We have no way to know and discover. So just to give an idea how big is this vast universe Allah has created. This is about physics. There are references of physics in the Quran. This gentleman, Greek scientist, he first predicted atomic theory. It has electrons, neutrons, protons continuously moving. Modern science can even split an atom. So when you split an atom, you can think that you are doing great. Allah says, I know everything what is even inside the atom. Nothing is unknown to him. Sabah verse number 3. He mentioned everything is within the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows everything, even what is inside an atom. This is about geography. There are references, Quran in the Quran geography. This gentleman first predicted water cycle. Water continuously goes around. From the rivers and ocean, it rises in the form of steam, forms cloud, brings down rain, and then same water moving around. Allah mentioned about it in the Quran, as you can see. Zumar, verse number 21. Crops of different colors. The rain has to do with color. See, we have fruits, vegetation, everything has colors. So Allah mentioned about it. Actually, in the whole Quran, about 60 to 70 places Allah mentioned about this rain. Crops of different colors. This is one of the examples. So we read the Quran, but we do not know why Allah is repeating the same thing. The scientists say it has a reason. Everywhere there is a rain mentioned Allah in the Quran, it has scientific discoveries they make out of that. There is a reference of that rain with that verse, like this is one place. And they discover new things, new phenomena. This is about geology. We have mountains, as you can see. Verse number 6 and 7. Mountains has a purpose. They hold the earth's surface like this, so that the earth's surface doesn't move, doesn't shake. It is one of the functions of the mountains. This gentleman, Frank Press, he was the scientific advisor to President Carter. He wrote a book, Bible Earth, and in that book he described about the purpose of the mountains, how they stabilize the earth's surface. He used many Quranic verses to make his book complete. Now scientists say that wherever you have mountains, this is another place. Wherever you have mountains on the top, as you can see, the whole earth crust goes deep inside, as deep as 9 times, to hold the earth's surface in their places. This is oceanography. Allah mentioned about barriers, barzakh. This is Ar-Rahman, verse number 19 and 20. There are salt water and sweet water. Many places around the earth, there are some water which are salt, more salt, and some places less salt. Why Allah is mentioning? Because you can see the phenomena. This is another place, salt and sweet water. They maintain their barriers for hundreds of miles without joining together. Same water, but they will not join together. This gentleman, Dr. William Hye, he is the Dean of Marine Science, University of Colorado, Denver. He took those Quranic verses Allah mentioned about the salt water and sweet water, and he published many technical papers. Why they do not mix, what is the condition they will mix. He is the authority of those Quranic verses. And his theory is that if the salt density between these two water is very small, 1,000th part of an inch of decimals, then they will maintain their barriers. If it goes less than that, then they will break their barriers and join together. Like this. Like good example, that is Mediterranean Sea, this is Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean is much bigger than the Mediterranean Sea. When the water goes from one side to the other side, between Morocco and Spain, this is called Strait of Gibraltar. Water flows from one side to the other side. And they do not join together. They maintain their barriers like that. There is a sound, but anyway, we have to move on. As you can see on the top, we have salt water, more salt, and the bottom one has less salt. They will maintain their wall for hundreds of miles without joining together. They will not break their barriers. It will happen only in certain spots where the density difference, the salt density difference is extremely small, 1,000th of a part. Then they will break their barriers. It is happening continuously. In some places it is breaking the barriers, in some places it is not breaking. It is maintaining their barriers, as Allah mentioned in Surah Rahman. Layered darkness. You see, if you go deep into the water, like Allah mentioned in Surah Nisa, verse number 40. If you go deep into the water, like good example, Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean is very deep, 7 miles deep. If you bring Mount Everest, it will go into the water. So if you go deep into the water, the darkness gradually happens. How it happens? Scientists discover so many things after 1500 years. I want to share with you. Like that. See colors. The color has 7 colors. There are 7 colors. So when the light falls on the water, some is reflected, about 1/3. And 2/3 goes deep into the water. But every color stops after a certain depth. Like red color goes up to 25 meters. After that, there is no red light. Orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo. And after 1,000 meters, complete darkness. That's what Allah is describing in this verse about layered darkness. The darkness gradually stops. Good example, if you go deep into scuba diving in Pacific Ocean, and if you go deep 25 meters, lower than 25 meters, and you have a cut in your body, and you are bleeding red blood, right? But you will not see your red blood, because there is no red light over there. After 25 meters, red light stops, as you can see. Orange stops after 50 meters, yellow 100 meters, green 200 meters, blue over 200, indigo over 200, and after 1,000 meters is complete darkness. That's what Allah is describing. Layered darkness. Darkness gradually happens and complete darkness. Every light stops after a certain depth. So beautifully, this phenomena only recently discovered. We could not go that deep. Now we have robots, it can go further down. So the point is, Allah mentioned about it 1400, 1500 years back. Nobody understood why Allah is saying layered darkness. Now we know why He is saying that. This is about biology. Every living thing is made with 80% water. We are moving, right? 80% of our body has water. Water is vital for our survival. So drink a lot of water, not Coca-Cola. How about that? So when you don't feel good, because you don't have enough water in your system. So NASA sent any probe to any planet, one of the mission is find water. If there is water, there is a possibility of living things. Like Mars has water, little water. So there is a possibility of living over there. But if there is no water, there is no living. Allah mentioned about it in the Quran in many places. This is one place, Anbiya 30, from water every living thing. And so many other places. This is about botany. Everything made in pairs. Taha, verse number 53. Anything you see, everything has a different color, and they made with different pairs. And so if you scientists can bisect and make a new product. Good example, 50 to 60 years back, if the weather is cold, very cold, Florida makes most of the oranges. The orange will have frostbite and they lose their crop. Now they design and they develop the orange which can survive in the cold weather. There are many things around the world being manufactured. Good example, Monsanto. Have you heard about Monsanto? They designed a rice. As you can see, rice was very expensive. Not anymore. Now, people around the world, especially Indonesia, India, Bangladesh, rice is very popular brand, right? We have to eat rice. So Monsanto designed a rice. It can be bigger in size. You can plant in the desert and you can grow that rice. And you don't need any fertilizer, and you don't need any insecticide to spread to save them from insects. Now India and Monsanto are fighting in the United Nations because India wants that rice. And Monsanto says, I'll give you the right price. So it is possible to have, because Allah put everything in pairs. So it is possible to bisect a product with a new product. And that can benefit. A good example, when I was little in Bangladesh, I'm from Bangladesh, so we could not eat rice, we used to eat bread. Because rice is 5 times more expensive. We used to make 1 crop, now we have 3 crops every year. Rice is abundant. Price is even. So it is possible to make a product by bisecting and make it better. This is another place, Rad, verse number 3. Zawzain at 9. That means 2 kinds, 2 pairs, 2 sorts, black and white, sweet and sour, small and big, all come under the same pairs. So scientists are doing research for those things to make a better one. This is our zoology. This is the bee. As you can see, bee is very hard working. They continuously work. 100,000 bees work together to collect honey for you. This gentleman, born in year 1973, he was a French scientist. He did research on the behavior and communication of bees, how bees work, how they 100,000 bees communicate with each other, they collect honey. With human continuously fight. And he used many Quranic verses. Allah mentioned about the bees. And he even got Nobel Prize. How about that? The same Quran we are reading. We read and kiss it and put it in the shelf, right? Scientists use many things and discover many things. And there are many, many references in the Quran about the bees, about communication, how they work. They have male, female, all those descriptions are there. Just to give an example, every colony has 1 queen. You cannot have 2 queens, just 1 queen. And there are workers. They are all female. They have a job. They build the nest, they clean, bring food, and do all the household work. That number is 10 to 50,000. And there are the male, only very small in number, 100 to 500. They have a simple job. Their life is very short. They mate and die. You should be thankful you're not. Otherwise you'll be all gone. So you can see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has distribution of labor. And they continuously bring honey for the benefit of mankind. These are about the ants. Now scientists say closest to human are the ants. In this whole world, closest to human are the ants. Only difference is, ants do not sleep, we sleep 8 hours. We sleep, ants don't sleep. Have you seen an ant stop anywhere? They continuously go, continuously work, benefit of the mankind. And there are many, many references in the Quran. Just to give an example, they bury their dead body, like we do in our funerals, right? They have a sophisticated system of division of labor with managers, foremen, supervisors, workers, like we have in a plant. Very disciplined. They meet once in a while and chat. So beautiful. They chat. So I told our kids, if you want to chat, come to the masjid. Don't chat on the internet with the strangers. We have all kinds of events happening. So chat in the masjid. And they have an advanced method of communication among themselves. They hold regular markets to exchange them. So beautiful. That was the habit of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whenever he used to receive any gift, he used to give it away to his companions. Every companion used to think that the Prophet loved him most. Some of them you could not even sleep. After Isha, they go home. In the middle of the night, they used to come and knock the door of the Prophet. That, Ya Rasulullah, I cannot sleep. I cannot wait till Fajr to see you. I want to see you right now. We are so much attached. We are so much detached today. We have so many groups, so many fighting, so many things are happening among our Muslims. So it's a lesson to learn from the ants. And they store their grain in winter. No activity. In winter you don't see them. It doesn't mean that they are not working. They are working. This is a very broad-based subject, embryology. As you can see, this is the DNA. It is an acid. It is a liquid acid. This is the human egg. Every human body has roughly 100 trillion cells. And there are 23 pairs of chromosomes. Inside the chromosomes is the DNA. Allah mentioned about it in the Quran, Imran 6, 23 pairs. What this DNA means actually, Allah put all the genetic information like a data bank into the DNA. In your mother's womb, while you are growing, Allah put all the information. What will be the color of your hair? What will be the color of your eye? How many hairs in right eyebrow? How many on the left eyebrow? Height, illness, everything like a blueprint. Everything before you are born, before you are manufactured in your mother's womb, all those informations are given into your DNA. And it has a structure. Scientists estimate that if you want to write down everything, Allah has coded the information. If you want to write down everything, it will take 450,000 pages. How about that? It has a vast information about your DNA has, by which you can do so many things. No two DNA can ever be same. Modern day criminal investigation can be traced using DNA. If some crime happens, if police comes here, FBI comes here, if they find the hair, find the nail, they can find the identity of that person. It is so simple. In fact, it is so advanced now, someone was convicted 25, 30 years back for some crime. Now they do the DNA test and found out that person was innocent. He was wrongfully convicted. So it has all the information about you. Medical science is using the DNA to use in perinatal diagnostics, stem cell research, body parts, heart valve, etc. Perinatal diagnostics. This is the advancement of medical science today. Like someone has cancer. This is a good example. Someone has cancer. His father had cancer. He has cancer. His son will have cancer. Or daughter. This is inheritary. It is running through the family. Now it is possible before the son is born, before the child is born, to go inside the mother's womb and remove those cancerous cells, and the child will be born cancer-free. This is the new technology is happening. Stem cell research, body parts, like we used to have a heart transplant. If somebody's heart is weak, there are 2 pairs of valves. It is weak, it cannot hold your blood pressure, it is leaking blood. You are in the ICU, you are in the hospital. Now they found out they have to replace the heart. Now they found out you don't need to replace the whole heart. Then they came mechanical heart. Not anymore. Now the doctors found out, medical science, that you don't need to remove the whole heart. You just replace the valve. There are two pairs of valve. You can make your own valve in the laboratory but from your DNA information and implant it. So same heart with a new pair of valves, and you can keep going. This is the new stem cell research. Any part you have defective part like your liver, kidney, all those functions, slowly technology is developing. It is possible to replace those parts by another part developed in the laboratory. So these are the technology advancements because we have put all the genetic information into your system. This is the mother and father, as you can see. Mother releases the egg every month, like that. And the sperm, there are as many as 3 million of them, like this. It will come and strike only one will go inside the egg, and egg will be fertilized. And the fertilized egg will travel, and it will take a temporary shelter on the wall of the uterus. And that's how we keep growing. Allah mentioned about it in Sajda, verse number 8. Sulala. Sulala means the process by which the sperm will hit. As you can see, there are 3 million of them. Only one will be able to enter into the egg. You need just one, and it will fertilize the egg. So these things were described long time before mankind even knew about science. How human being is manufactured and so on. Not only that, now they found out there is a particular word, it's called Zulmatul Salasi. That means there are 3 walls of darkness. When the fetus take a shelter on the wall, it is covered by 3 walls. And Dr. Keith Moore, he gives them names actually. These are the 3 walls, each has a name. Why the walls are there? It is dark. Why? Because it is protecting the fetus. Nothing can come out from the fetus, only it can go inside. It can permeate into the walls and protect the fetus as long as 42 weeks before fetus is delivered. So this process we all went through in your mother's womb. This happened, this is your history. You should know about it. And with some weeks you grow proportionally. Your hand, your leg, your eye, your eyebrows, everything grows proportionally. Everything becomes bigger in size proportionally. It is defined by the DNA. And there are 200 body parts. Okay, there are 200 body parts. As you can see, every part is different. They get the information from the DNA and grow. No confusion. They get the information like a big IT department, billions and billions of information passing through. Every part is fully customized. Similarly, there is continuous development, body parts. Good example, this is the heart. There is complete liquid, and after 40 days, the heart is complete. That is the first time mothers realize something is moving, something is pumping. You are alive. Similarly, this is the face development. It takes 60 days. Allah takes extra care to make your beautiful face because it has more parts: eyes, ears, brows, lips, nose. Have you ever looked at the mirror and thanked Allah that Allah you gave me such a beautiful face? You are so proud of your face. How about giving some thanks to Allah? This is eye development. Every part is manufactured, completed separately. Then they are joined together. This is blood circulatory development. See, it is all fluid. Eventually there are hundreds and hundreds of lines from which blood is flowing. Now, the scientists say the total length of the blood vessels is more than 24,000 miles, as long as the circumference of the earth. Your body from the head to the toe, blood is moving from the heart. The total distance is 24,000 miles. Anywhere in the process, if the blood flow slows down, if there is a clogging in your, especially in your brain, you'll be in the ICU or you'll be gone. Your body is so sophisticated, anything can go wrong. Nothing is guaranteed. So be prepared. Allah mentioned about it in many places, but at least 3 places I am sharing with you. The fetus first hear, then sees. Your eyes is closed. First you can hear, and then you can see. See, this is hearing and eyes. This is one place, this is another place, this is another place. Same information. Scientists say it is exactly like that. First the fetus hears, then he can see. All over the place in the Quran. And these are 23 pairs of chromosomes. As you can see, male has 22 pairs, the mother has 23 pairs, XX. And the father has 22 pairs XX, only one pair has X and Y, like that. That Y is very vital. That Y is responsible to make your fetus, whether it will be a boy or a girl. Just to give an idea, the father has XY, mother has XX. So if the combination is XX, it is a girl. If it is combination XY, it is a boy. This picture is from Indonesia. How about that? So you can see that's how we came to this earth. So how to benefit more from Allah? We are all waiting to die. We have to go. We cannot live here. So before we go, we should think about it. Allah created everything. The science. He has 99 names. To understand him better, he controls my life and death. We cannot go outside his boundary. We are at his mercy every moment. Every part of your body. That 24,000 miles is still blood is flowing. You should be thankful. Anything can go wrong. So he is doing all these things for me, even if I didn't appreciate. So what we should do? One of the things we should do to understand the Quran. It is not just for reading and memorizing like that. It is more than that. Why it has to be the non-Muslim? They discover all the scientific information and we are Muslim on the side. So we should take charge. Invest yourself. Invest your children to become a better Muslim. So you can understand better about the Quran. That is missing among us. Shaitan is working, he is open enemy, 24/7 he is working. He wants to destroy you at any cost. He is determined. So we should try to get the highest reward to become more successful in the life hereafter. One of the mission is spreading Islam. Highest paid job, you are looking for highly tech job, highest paid job, I have a job for you. Spreading Islam. Highest paid job. Nothing can match. No amount of rewards match the reward of spreading Islam. The Prophet says, Balighu anni walawul aya. Convey from me even if it is a single word. The job we have, that should be our legacy. When you are leaving this world, what you are leaving? Couple of $1 million, business, bank fund, bank balance. Leave something which can benefit mankind. Especially living in this country. This is the richest country in the world, is it not? You have a good job, good profession, good car, good house, good standard of living. May Allah give barakat in your life. But living in this country, you have the opportunity to spread Islam to any part of the world, which you do not have in even Muslim countries. This presentation I could not present in a Muslim country. We have that opportunity. You are sitting on gold mine. So don't settle with those good style, good life, but take charge of Islam and spread it to every part of the world. This country dictates everything. Every country follows this country's leadership. And we have the opportunity, we have a beautiful masjid here. Spread Islam, take charge of Islam and spread it. And Allah will give you highest reward, highest paid job. Look at this masjid, this is called Adam Center in Sterling, Virginia. Number 1 masjid in America. Most of the masjid you have 5 times prayer and you go home. Close the door and close and go home. This masjid is open 24/7. After every salat they have programs. After Fajr they have program. After Zohar they have a program. 10 o'clock program. I attended that masjid. And I met Pentagon people over there. They came to visit. After certain salat they have congressman session, senator session, news media session. Church people who wants to know about Islam. Continuously booked. I like to see this Istiqlal masjid like that. Inshallah. Not just for 5 times salah. Actually, as a Muslim, you don't even need a prayer hall. You don't need a masjid. You can pray anywhere. Masjid should be open like the Prophet's masjid to spread Islam. That should be the mission. Like if you want to make a future masjid like this, these are the activities. 24/7, give dawah, invite media, invite everybody, cross-train each other. Every person enters to the masjid has a mission, has a job. Jail dawah there, and in the jail there are thousands of Muslims. They became Muslim in the jail, they don't have Quran. So we have an easy Quran. Printed overseas, but it is low cost, it has no uncommon words. You can find every ayat over there. Jail visit. There are thousands of people in the jail, they need Quran. Street dawah. We have places in major cities where you put a table with Quran and you distribute free. People want to know about Islam. So these are your activities. If you want to make your masjid like Adam Center, I'll work with you. So it is open for you. Like you spent $1 million or $10 million to start a business and found out no customer. That is happening to our masjid. It is only open 5 times. Masjid should be 24/7 like the Prophet's masjid. So we have a Quran, I want to share with you. It has easy, no uncommon words. 25 Prophets Allah mentioned in the Quran, all in English names. Prophet Muhammad's life. This is what happened when I met with them in Pentagon. They said, can you make easy translation so people can understand? They said, we have people coming from Iraq, Afghanistan, and they returned the Quran. He said, the English is very hard. Allah didn't send the Quran so nobody will understand. So we have this simple translation. Prophet's letter to the kings and rulers. We have a history of Quran compilation. And those are the good things the Pentagon suggested, we added those things. Easy English. 25 prophets Allah mentioned. As you can see, these are English names. So someone is reading Bible, you can find the same name of the prophet like we have in the Quran. From Abraham, we have Moses here, Jesus here, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How they are connected. It's a very powerful connection. People do not know about Islam. So this is how we can show them. It is only available in the Quran. And there are quotation, double quotation, all these verses are marked, whatever quotations are there. And we have a map showing the places where all the prophets traveled. All those places. Each of the places is marked. So we have a table, the year, what happened, and prophet's age. That is one of the things they said. People should focus on his activities, what actually he accomplished. People do not know. These are the two books, very useful book, Prophet's Biography, Atlas of the Quran. It has all the description of the Prophet's journey, maps, everything is there. And he sent out letters to the kings and rulers, this is Abyssinia, Bahrain, all the places, major places he sent his delegation with the invitation of Islam, all the way to Roman Empire. And this is the last part of the table. This is the very summary of the table. That's what Pentagon said, that put some summary, what he accomplished, his mission, what he accomplished. It's very important. We cannot even explain what he stand for, what was his mission. This is Surah Fatiha, just to give an idea. It has no other description. Any word in the bracket is added to clarify. It is not from Arabic, just to add to clarify. This is jail dawah. We have people in the jail, as you can see. They are praying. They need Quran. We have millions of dollars to make a beautiful masjid, but we don't have $2 to send the Quran to the jail to our Muslim brothers. This is so unfortunate. You have to see, I get thousands of letters. They said, I became Muslim, I need a Quran. There is nobody, no response. So what on it, there is a Federal Bureau of Prisoners. They have, like Federal Bureau of FBI. Similarly, there is a group also. They help you, they connect you, all over the country. You can find their names, chaplains, and we supply them. Not Muslim, new Muslim, practicing Muslim, and who are realist. We supply them whatever they need, sir, and the benefit. And these are the approaches we have, easy Quran to difficult. Easy email, jail, street dawah, hospital, church, university, all those places we have connection. One of the good example I found recently is library. You have a public library in your area. They are billed with your tax dollar. Their job is to spread information. Give them Quran, and they will distribute to the community in your neighborhood. Not mercy. Distribute to the people and their benefit. This is the chart, wake up chart. You are born here and you will die here. You can't stop it. And you are a good Muslim, you pray in istiqlal for the last 20, 30, 40 years. As soon as you die, everything stops. You cannot fast, you cannot pray, you cannot read Quran. You are gone, you are history, you are waiting for the day of judgment. But if you do the work of dawah, spreading Islam, sadaqah jariyah, like that. Think about Imam Bukhari. He collected hadith, he left. Till the last day of this world, people will be reading his hadith and he's getting equal amount of rewards. So even if you die, your rewards can multiply forever. Just good example. Do you like to have $1 or unlimited dollar? Which one is better? People change job for 10% raise, right? How about millions of times more rewards? If you do nothing, you will have $1. Your value is $1. Or if you do the work of dawah, spreading Islam, in jail, in the church, or everywhere, and whoever will benefit from your activities, Allah will going to give you equal amount of share. So your opportunity can be unlimited. This is a beautiful chart. Where is Allah? Allah says, I am closer to you than your jugular vein. وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ. He's very close. He's watching all of us. So when in Earth, as you can see, is our solar system. There are scientific data here. If you want to take this chart, you can have a YouTube on that. Gives a full description. The Prophet, that is the angel Jibreel station. The Prophet traveled one night, crossing the seven skies, and met with Allah. Allah showed him everything, and then he returned. And that is the place. Everything has a description, scientific data, dimensions, everything is one. Similarly, we have Earth. From the Earth, we go to the correct 3 questions, day of judgment 5 questions, day of bridge. If you fail, if you cross, if you go to the heaven, you can be the neighbor of the Prophet, so beautiful. You have not seen him, but you will be able to see him. You will be your neighbor. You can meet with Allah, and Allah will assure you. You can live in the heaven forever. This opportunity we have for all of us. So we should take this opportunity. See, there are 2 paths. There is nothing in between. Similarly, women's rights are very important. 4 out of 5 converts in America are women. We have a book, it's a very good book. If you take a copy, you can benefit the rights of women. See the rights, each religion has defined rights. Most of the religion is not defined, as you can see. Islam has complete right description. And that's why many sisters, they find the beauty of Islam and accepting in large numbers. It's happening. And this is population summary, these are religion. These 6 charts I have, I'm going to leave a copy in the masjid. You can make copies. I want every house, every Islamic school, everywhere have copies and understand about Allah. We have about 100 presentations to organize. We're happy to come in presentation. These are the books, these are the 3 Qurans. English, Spanish, French. If you have a phone, you can zoom that QR code and get the complete Quran in your cell phone. You don't even need hard copies. We have these are English, these are Spanish. The Spanish population is the fastest growing population in America. And they are accepting in large numbers. We have a good opportunity. These are letters from Pentagon. They reviewed excellent, they use it. This is Washington headquarters. We recently sent them 1,000 copies. This is Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Fort Campbell, Tennessee. Major places where the imams are taking responsibility to distribute for thousands of copies. We have 50 centers all over America where we distribute this copy. If you want to join, you can join with us. We send also overseas, Saudi Arab, Emirat, Malaysia, Indonesia. I visited Indonesia twice. Japan, Australia, Caribbean Islands. Take charge. His sister became Muslim on this trip. No sound. So you can see that people are accepting Shahada and they want to know more about Islam. Most of the time they Google search, they find the beauty of Islam. So we are behind all this. We are having a beautiful masjid. So no action. So these are the places you can send continuously. Carry Quran in your car. Anywhere you meet anybody, anywhere. And you can give dawah. And we have presentation. You can be presented, comparative religion, teamwork, time compressor, long life, effective communication, dawah. If you organize in your masjid, I want to see every masjid who comes to this masjid, get together and have a session. We can teach you hands-on, no cost to you. This is, he's what we call Consulate General of Indonesia. Recently went back to Jakarta, Omar. When he left, I gave him 1,000 copies. I said distribute to the universities, English speaking, ministries, and offices. That's what he did. Jazakallah khair for your time. Any question? Any question?
I have one question.
Okay.
First of all, I would like to thank you for coming up to the masjid and for also giving us such a wake-up call, especially in regards to the signs that Allah has given us in the Quran, and also a wake-up call on what we should be doing once we recognize these signs. And the question I have for you is, in your activities, your personal dawah activities with final revelation, what kind of reaction do you usually get with the when you show them these scientific miracles.
And they're surprised, they say, we didn't know. Actually, from Galileo's time till today, the church do not talk about science. They only talk about God, Jesus, and all this. It is the Quran which has scientific information that gives you the truth to understand about Allah. That is important. Also, I have a card here. I want every brother who takes this card, you can make your own card. It has 3 questions. How do you start talking with a non-Muslim about Islam? This is a good clue. It works everywhere we distribute. So if you take this card, make your card with your name and contact number and get into action. Jazakallah khair. Can somebody distribute? This is a handy card. Start talking with people and keep communication open. And there is a positive information always. This is always there. Last time I flew from Houston to Amsterdam, KLM. In the plane I found out, it's a 9-hour flight. I found out all the crew and everybody were at the back of the kitchen after two hours. I had nothing to do. So I just started talking with them. I showed them the flyers, information, and they were surprised. They said, we never knew about this. And we are still talking with them. So there is an opportunity for you to interact with people who do not know about the Creator. They do not know about Allah. They do not know about Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It is our job to convey the message. Nobody is excused. Even if you know one verse of the Quran. Sometimes we say that I am not a scholar. How can I give dawah? I don't know Arabic. I don't know Quran and Hadith. How can I give dawah? The Prophet said, one prayer even if it is a single verse. So please take the card, make your own card, and share with others. Whenever you meet anybody anywhere. Last time I met one guy from Dollar Tree. We have a Dollar Tree store here. Okay? So I met a guy, he's on his chest, written from the Bible. So I know he's very religious. I said, do you want to know more about God? He said, yes. Here's my card. We're still talking with him. So this gives you information to interact with others. And there is a possibility he will accept the truth. Whether he accepts or not, it is our job to convert. There will be no other problem. Jazakallah khair. Any other question? No question, that means you understood everything. You have your job lined up for you. No excuse. Please take charge. Especially living in this country. If you live in a Muslim country, everybody is a Muslim, Azan is going on, masjid is full, you don't know anything. But here, it's difficult to find masjid, difficult to find Muslims. You're only few in number. But we have the greatest opportunity to convey the message, which you will not find in any other country, including Muslim countries.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for anybody who wants to make a career out of da'wah? For instance, if they want to pursue chaplaincy, whether it be in the military or in jails, what advice would you give that person?
It's a very good question. I have a student, my life. He was my student in the college. Now he retired, he lives in Sacramento. So he was not doing anything. He said, I want to do something, I want to work with you. Then he became a chaplain. Now he is the chaplain of 3 masjid. So far he converted 25 people into Islam. From the jail, I gave him my khutbah. I said, you give khutbah in the jail, prayer, Jummah prayer, and PowerPoint presentation. And he showed them, those are Muslim, those are not Muslim, they all see and they benefit from it. So he's a full-time chaplain. I'm visiting him next month, inshallah. So there is opportunity. If somebody wants to be a chaplain full-time, he will be paid. Federal government has unlimited funds. Those who want to work in the jails. If you want to have a career, you can. If not, at least do the work whenever you are going anywhere. In your present job, with anybody. Every person needs your connect. And he can make a difference. Educate him. Tell him about the beauty of Islam. Show him that chart, 25 prophets, how they are connected. And someone will accept it. Jazakallah khair. Any other question? How about from sisters? Yes, sister.
How does the Quran show like the scientific method in finding those science stuff? Like, how does it show that it like there's a specific example? So like for example, the black hole. How does it go into depth about that? Like I'm looking in the slides and it just shows like these like statements, but it doesn't really go in depth in how a black hole is a black hole.
You see, science is relative.
Yeah.
Okay, what is saying gradually, like black hole, like the 2019 first discovered black hole. Before that, people have no idea about black hole. It was a theory. So science is evolving gradually. That's why Quran has complete information. In fact, you'll be surprised. Many scientists say this is a very good statement. Many scientists say that Quran has many scientific information yet to be discovered. It is so advanced that we cannot explain those Quranic verses. Those things have not been discovered yet. We only see Noah Islam's flag, Musa Islam's stick, and think that that's enough in the Quran. But scientists say it is so advanced, it has many scientific information yet to be discovered. So what this sister is saying is relative. Science is relative terms. Many things, like before Galileo, people used to believe that the sun is going around the earth. Not anymore. It was discovered. So there are many information yet to be discovered. Many are referenced in the Quran, but science is not completed yet. So those are the relative things. Science is a relative subject which has to be developed again. Like somebody is reading 1 plus 1 equal to 2, then he will not know about algebra. It will take time for him to grow up, catch up, finally he will understand. So same thing, science is a relative subject. Many things yet to be discovered, and Quran has complete information, which is good for all times. Jazakallah khair. Any other question?
I also wanted to add, with your permission, speaking of the scientific method, it was also first thought up or devised by the golden era scholar Ibn al-Haytham. So if you look, Google his name, and we can see a lot more of these, a lot of Muslims, back during the Abbasid Caliphate, that era, the golden era, they actually contributed much to scientific discovery, philosophy, as well as other branches, including poetry and literature. And interestingly, this is at the same time where Europe was in its dark ages. It was actually through the preservation of certain works by the Muslims and the translation efforts by Muslims that we get access to information from the Greeks and the Romans and plenty of other civilizations from prior to this period.
We have a text, as you can see, we have some Quran. If you want to take a hard copy.
Excuse me, brother. I have a question. Talking back about the da'wah process, it seems could be easier to discuss about Quran and science with the students in Islamic schools. But if you are a public school educator and you want to use that opportunity to share information with your students or your peers, how would that sound? Because public school educators are not per se allowed to discuss politics and religion in the school setting. So how would that da'wah sounds and looks like?
I mean, if you are living in a society where we are minority, we can only do so much. Islamic school, like in February, I think 12, the As-Salam Masjid, they have a big event on Quran and science. You can join over there. Or if you are an Islamic group in the masjid or individual families, we can share those information. But openly, we may not be able to do many places. That is here. That is the limit we have. We are only 3% here. Jazakallah khair. Also, we have some Quran available. If you want to get a copy, you can get a copy. You have some hadiah, but you can benefit from it. But the point is,
One question online.
yes. Okay, so that is my request. Please take charge. Islam is great, but if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. It is our job to convey. Jazakallah khair.
We have a question online saying, can you tell us the science behind understanding parts of the Quran differently every time we read it? Is that anything to do with Allah's timing for us to understand?
No, Quran is complete for all times. But science is incomplete, it's gradually progressive. That is also. Okay,